Emerging countries' stock markets have been receiving more capital in the last few weeks. Investors around the world are more confident in those listed companies. I'm Luciane Miranda, and this is São Paulo Direct by Dukascopy TV. And I'll talk now to André Perfeito, Chief Economist at Gradual Investimentos. Can you explain this movement?
What we saw in the first weeks of April is that investors, especially the investors from abroad, more confident about the situation in emerging countries as a whole. Brazilian economy Brazilian stock markets is showing better results right now, but not only in Brazil. Brazil in Europe, especially in emerging Europe, and also in other countries that are emerging markets. So what we see right now that the investors are more confident about the way we are doing business in Brazil, especially the political issues in Brazil. That was a serious question for everybody. Is Dilma Rousseff going to stay in government? She's going to leave office? What's going to happen? And now we know that it's more stable, the political conditions in Brazil. That's one of the reasons that explain this income, this of resource from economies like Europe and the United States to emerging markets. It's a good time for emerging markets right now.
What about the distortion from Petrobras over the Ibovespa?
Yeah, we had a lot of problems with Petrobras. It was a very crucial question for us in the past 6 months or so. Right now, the Petrobras situation is more stable. The new president of Petrobras is delivering a new results from the company. It's probably like they're going to say the results of the third quarter from the last year this month. So everybody's quite confident with the company. Okay, it's not as good as we believed it could be, but it's somehow better than we previously thought that was going to be the situation of Petrobras. What we need to see also when we talk about emerging markets is that we have right now in Europe a quantitative easing process. They are printing a lot of money in Europe, and this money is floating to Brazil. It's coming to Brazil, not only to Brazil, to Chile, Mexico, Poland, Hungary. So a lot of countries have the benefit of the quantitative easing in Europe. So everybody is more calm right now. The risk aversion drop in every market. So it's a good time for emerging markets, as I said before.
Which are the best industries to invest in the stock market here in Brazil?
In Brazil, we are facing a very difficult situation. Everybody knows we're doing adjustments in the economy, and it's most likely that our new middle class, it won't increase. So the real wages in Brazil are more likely to drop in the coming days. So companies that are linked or have their business in retail or construction, perhaps not the best time to buy them right now. What we see that Petrobras, that is the biggest company, is better. So when she's very big, only Petrobras is almost 10% of the Ibovespa index. So we can have more better results with the index than the companies in the Petrobras in the Ibovespa index. So be aware of first retail sales and construction in Brazil, because the middle class is going to shrink in the coming months. That's my feeling right now with the Brazilian economy.
What about the pressure from the stock market over the local currency?
Yeah, what we saw right now is that because if you have more money in Europe, this money is coming to Brazil and to other emerging markets. So the stock indexes are climbing a lot. It had in April, it was a good month for our stock index, and also for the local currency. BRL finally is having some strength against the US dollar. It's going to last for, in my opinion, throughout April. It's going to be the situation. The local currency is going to be stronger than against US dollar, and our stock index, Ibovespa, is going to climb a little bit more.
How is the Brazilian risk index?
When you see the risk from Brazil, especially when you look at CDS contracts, it's better right now. When the Dilma Rousseff administration started in the beginning of 2015, everybody had a lot of questions if what's going to be the situation, the political situation, the economic adjustments and the plan that she has. Nobody knew nothing what she's going to do. Right now, we know what she's going to do. Joaquim Levy, our finance minister, is doing a great job in his administration. He's talked with a lot with the politicians, and we have right now a lower risk. If you see the CDS contracts, Brazil, only in April, Brazil, the CDS is lower around 30 base points right now. So it's getting better. It's not as good as we wanted, for sure, but the risk perception, the risk aversion with Brazil has dropped a little bit. Perhaps in April, we're going to have some room for more growth in stock index, and also the BRL can get a little bit stronger against the US dollar.
And how does market see central bank position in this situation?
Well, everybody knows that our CPI, our inflation measures are very high. Right now, the IPCA, that's our main CPI measure, is around 8% year on year. So it's a very high inflation in Brazil. The central bank is trying the most to control the expectation, the inflation expectations. And I believe that the central bank is going to hike even further the Selic rate right now. By the end of the year, I believe that we're going to have a Selic around 14.5%. It's a lot of interest rate. So that's why I believe the real is going to get stronger, because we have more interest rates and the lower risk. So the money is going to come here. And in the short run, it's for sure. But the market, what the central bank is question, the dilemma of central bank is that our economy is already sinking. The GDP in 2015 in Brazil maybe is going to be around minus 1%. But the central bank needs to increase the Selic rate, the target rate, to control inflation expectations. So it's going to be a very hard time for everybody in Brazil. But we hope that this adjustment is going to be fast as possible to see 2016, next year, a better year. So that's the bet of everybody right now.
André, Perfeito, thank you so much for joining us again. Thank you.
Thank you a lot. Thank you.
Luciane Miranda to São Paulo Direct by Dukascopy TV.